So today we're going to get into phase 2 of EMDR. So let's get into it. I'm Denise Brady. I am an EMDR therapist here in Long Beach, and so I've been practicing EMDR, and some of the things that I currently work with when it comes to EMDR is childhood trauma, people who've gone through different forms of abuse as a child. But sometimes it's about issues related to colorism, it's related to depression, sometimes things with anxiety, really working through those core negative beliefs about ourselves and how they show up in our life, and going back to figuring out my negative belief about myself that I currently have, where did it originate from? In phase 2 of EMDR, we are resourcing. We are figuring out how you cope currently, how to help you cope with these EMDR sessions, developing new coping skills, because once we start EMDR, sometimes you're going to have memories come up that were repressed memories, sometimes new experiences, and even though typically you might have a 60-minute EMDR session, once that session is over, your brain is still very active. So as therapists, it is really important that we spend time resourcing with our clients to make sure they are ready for when we go to the other phase of really desensitizing you to the memories and experiences that you might feel physically in your body, that you might feel mentally in your body. Because I never want to set a client up to be struggling so much so after the EMDR session that they don't want to come back to it. It's really about taking my time and figuring out what resources you have, what ways you have of coping, and what are some ways using EMDR techniques, container spaces that we can provide for you to help you be prepared for that next stage of EMDR therapy. Now, some people come to me and they're just like, just fix me. Can we just get to EMDR? How long does it take? I saw in your bio you do EMDR. And yes, I get that people really want to do EMDR, but take your time. People are so fixated on being fixed, just make it go away, that they don't realize it's really important that as therapists we set the foundation for EMDR therapy. I never want to put you in a position where you feel like I harmed you, you're not ready for these new memories, you're not ready to dig into those deeper spaces that you've been avoiding or pushing down. Because with EMDR, I'm going to bring all that stuff up, because EMDR really is 6 months of therapy, sometimes in 1 to 2 sessions. So you have to really take your time. And when I talk about container spaces, how do we contain those emotions? How do we not be flooded by some of those emotions? How do we really make sure that when that stuff comes to the surface, I'm able to center myself and recognize I am not in that situation currently? Okay. So this is resourcing, making sure you have those coping skills, making sure that you are ready for the next stage of EMDR therapy. Okay? So really take your time with your therapist. As much as you really want to be fixed, as much as you really want those thoughts, those feelings, the body sensations to go away, know that it is a process, okay? And what currently do you use to cope? Because oftentimes when I ask people that question, they recognize that they don't have a lot of coping skills, or the ones that they have are not enough. So this is my video on resourcing. What are some of the things that we can use? What are some container activities that we can go into? If you want to know more about EMDR, let me know in the comments, okay? Because next up is phase 3 and we can get into it, all right? Like, subscribe, let me know your thoughts on the video, your questions about EMDR, and maybe I just might do a EMDR QA video. All right, see you next time.